Well, they've finally done it. England have got their first win on Australian soil for the first time in 15 years. Well done, England. We've got to give the hats off to them as an Australian. They outplayed the Aussies, and we saw, while there was not many runs being made, we saw possibly the emergence of a young, up-and-coming star for them for the future. So without further ado, let's get into giving the player ratings for the England as they took the series 3-1. All right, let's start off with Zach Crawley. Now, failed in the first innings with 5, but then batted really well in the second innings alongside his opening partner, Ben Duckett, and really put the game pretty much put the game to bed straight away with him and Ben Duckett. Put on... Zach Crawley made 37 and they came out more. Ben Duckett was the one more taking the game on, but from the get-go. But Zach Crawley joined into with his 37 and took 2 catches in the field. And for the way that they took the game on, I'm actually going to give Zach Crawley a B for the way they just came out and took to Michael Nessa, who got 4 for in the first innings. The way he took that on, I think values a B. Next up, already mentioned him, but it's his opening partner, Ben Duckett. Tough week for Ben Duckett being in the media after the video surfaced of him drunk in Noosa. And then he would have wanted to come out and just put that all to bed with a massive performance. But unfortunately, with the pitch doing its tricks as it did across the whole 2 days, was only able to get 2. But as I said, came out and put went to the attack on the Australian bowlers in the second innings again and put the game to bed, putting England in a really good position, making 34. But unlike Zach Crawley, I'm going to give Ben Duckett a C, purely because Zach Crawley took 2 catches in the field. Is the reason I gave him a B, but I'm going to give Ben Duckett a C. Next up was the addition to the side for this test, and it was Jacob Bethel. Now, I made a video on Jacob Bethel before. Coming into this, there's high rats Jacob Bethel. If you've been watching the Fox cricket coverage, you'll know how much Michael Vaughan rates Jacob Bethel. Has 100 in ODIs for England, but doesn't even have a first-class 100. So there's always people have big questions about him coming into this. But without the first-class 100. And there would have been even more questions after he made 1 in the first innings and didn't look like he was striking a shot at all. But the second innings is where he came into his own. He top scored in the second innings and looked busy, had the technique, took the game on and played some really beautiful shots. And another thing that was positive about Jacob Bethel was how lively he is in the field. How lively he is in the field, diving at everything, really good fielder. But the batting is obviously where it was, and he just looked like someone who was looking to score without playing anything ridiculously stupid at the same time. I thought it was a really, really good innings, and England definitely have something there for the future to build around. Jacob Bethel's performance showed someone of character at such a young age on a pitch that was playing its tricks. He knuckled down, got the top score of the second innings, a 40. A 40 out on that pitch was almost equivalent to a 70 or an 80. So Jacob Bethel, for me, can go... I'm going to put him with Zach Crawley in the B tier. Next up is Joe Root. Couldn't find anything with the bat, but was solid in the field with 3 catches, 0 in the first innings and 15 in the second innings. Hasn't really done much since making that 100 in the second test. So I'm just going to put, not much really covered with Joe Root there, so I'm just going to put him in the C tier along with Ben Duckett. Next up is Harry Brook. Now, Harry Brook is such a entertaining but frustrating player to watch at the same time. I mentioned it's almost like he comes out no care attitude and he's just going to take the game on no matter the situation. And while it's unorthodox, it clearly works. 41 in the first innings, and it was a really good 41. I didn't think he did slog, but he also looked for different ways to score on a difficult pitch. And then 18 not out in the second innings, and also took 3 catches in the field. So I'm actually going to give Harry Brook an A tier. Purely, we don't know what he could have went on to do that, but what he's also, while contributing with the bat, he's also contributing in the field. So I'm going to give Harry Brook an A tier for that. Next up is the skipper, Ben Stokes. And while he didn't really do much with the bat, 16 and 2, I thought he was really impressive with the ball, in particularly in the second innings. 1 for 25 of 8 in the first innings, but 3 for 24 from 7.3 in the second innings and took 1 catch. Has underbowled himself this series, probably purely because he just wants to keep his body right, doesn't want to break down. We've seen plenty of England players break down. But probably has underbowled himself, and this is the reason why. 4 wickets for the match, and it's just something, when Ben Stokes has the ball, the difference that he has with the other bowlers who just try and run in and bowl quick and are a bit erratic, i.e. like the Brighton Cast, he's a bit erratic, but when he gets it right, he gets it right. Ben Stokes is on the money and can actually move the ball. That's why commentators have been crying out for when the games weren't really moving and Brighton Castle and doing much of it, they would have loved to see Ben Stokes with the new ball. But Ben Stokes for this test match, I'm just going to put him in the B tier for his 3 for. Jamie Smith, 2 and 3 not out and 3 catches in the gloves. Now, it wasn't much to really talk about with him. 3 catches with the gloves. I'm just going to chuck him in the C tier. I think it's been a very disappointing series for Jamie Smith. We had 1 really good knock in the last test. We heard huge raps about him. Came over averaging 40 in test cricket with the bat. I thought he's been down with the bat. Other than that 1 innings that I just mentioned last test where he made 60, I believe it was. And I think he's been really poor with the gloves too. So it's been a really down series for James Smith for his first time coming over to Australia. But he'll only learn from this and adapt for the next time he comes around. It's a good learning curve. It's obviously his first time over here, so it's different to playing over in England. So he'll learn from this experience, and I'm sure come back a better player, a better keeper, and a better batter next time he's over here for the Ashes. But for this one, I'm going to put Jamie Smith in the C tier. Next up is Will Jacks, obviously playing as a spinner, but the MC and an all-rounder. He's really a batting all-rounder, really. But the MCG was not offering any spin, so he had to bat. Made 5 in the first innings, and it did not bat. Is it a fail? Oh. I'm reluctant to give anyone a fail if they didn't bat twice. So I'm just going to put him in the C tier, but he is very, very lucky. Now we move over to the best performed players of the game, probably, in my opinion. We'll start off with Gus Atkinson, who unfortunately has gone down with an injury and won't play the last test. But 2 for 28 from 14 in the first innings. Really economical, only going at 2 and over there. Has bowled really pretty well all series. Hasn't got as much wickets as he would have liked, but I think he's been on the money a lot of the times. 1 for 20 from 5 in the second innings, but then made a really, really valuable 28 runs in the first innings as well, batting with the tail, building with Brighton, building a little bit of a partnership down there with Brighton Cars, and on a wicket that was really tricky, as I've mentioned plenty of times, and as you've heard in the media a lot, someone as a bowler to make those 28 valuable runs, just adding those extra... cutting the lead down for Australia going into that second innings was really valuable. So I'm actually going to give Gus Atkinson, I'm going to put him in the B tier. Next up is Brighton Cast. Now, if we go off his first innings performance with the ball, it was, to put it blankly, it was pretty putrid the way he was bowling. 1 from 42 from 12. But really, really pulled it in the second innings and bowled beautifully and wreaked havoc on the Australian batsmen. 4 from 34 from 11 and just absolutely ripped through them with pure pace. Got Travis Head with an absolute beauty. And that wicket of Travis Head was the one that started the downfall, because Travis Head was the only one showing like he was going to be doing anything to put the game to bed out of England's reach. So to get that wicket was really important. I thought this was probably one of the first times we saw Brighton Cast and was like, okay, so this is what you can do. This is what you're capable of. But we don't see it enough. But this performance, I think, can go in the A tier from Brighton Cast, purely for that second inning bowling performance where he bowled beautifully. And last but not least, the pick of the bowlers, 5 for in the first innings, and here's the one player. I'm actually going to put him in the S tier, and that is Josh Tongue. Why the hell wasn't Josh Tongue playing in the series from the very get-go? He's bowled beautifully ever since coming into the side. 5 for 44 from 11.2 in the first innings and 2 for 44 from 11 in the second innings. I don't understand why he wasn't in the side in front of a Brighton Cast or a Gus Atkinson from the very get-go. Because while he bowls a bit of pace too, he hits areas and he actually gets the ball moving. So I don't understand why England weren't playing him from the very get-go. But this bowling performance, especially the first innings, was one of pure class. Just absolutely ripped through the Aussies, and he is worthy of an S-tier performance in my opinion. Well, there you have it, guys. There is my player ratings for England for the Boxing Day test. We'll quickly go over it here. S tier, I've got Josh Tongue. A tier, we're going with Harry Brook and Brighton Cast. The B tier, I've gone Zach Crawley, Jacob Bethel, Ben Stokes, and Gus Atkinson. And in the C tier, I've gone Ben Duckett, Joe Root, Jamie Smith, and Will Jack. Well, thank you guys for watching along this. One more test to go, the SCG, then they'll round out the Ashes. Obviously, Australia already secured the Ashes, but it is 3-1. They will be filthy with dropping that game to England. But props to England for getting that win. Great. They deserved every second of that win. Outplayed the Aussies 100%. But thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and comment, hit that subscribe button, and turn the notification bell on as well. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I'll see you guys then.